Hashtag video _46, nut _sky goddess arches. Niche, mythology narrator, painterly fantasy visuals, classic plus global myths. Tone, epic, reverent, cosmic, clear. Length tier, 10 minutes, approximately 40 slides. Format, 6-act long narration with 16 to 9 painterly fantasy slide cues. Hashtag Phase 1 Research Brief. Event, the Egyptian sky goddess Nut arching over the world, swallowing the sun at evening and giving birth to it at dawn. Actors, Nut, Geb, Shu, Ra, the dead who hope to cross the sky and be reborn. Why this matters: Nut turns the sky from empty space into a living divine body, making sunrise a daily act of mythic renewal. 5 verifiable facts. 1. In ancient Egyptian religion, Nut is commonly represented as a star-covered woman arching over the earth. 2. Geb is the earth god below her, and Shu, the air god, separates sky from earth. 3. Egyptian funerary texts associate Nut with protection of the dead and rebirth. 4. The solar cycle is often imagined as the sun entering Nut in the west and emerging from her in the east. 5. Nut appears in tomb ceilings, coffins, and temple art as a cosmic mother. Myths to avoid: do not present Nut as a Greek-style planet goddess or as a modern astronomy claim. Where the record stops, exact theological details vary by period, region, and text. There was no single fixed Egyptian doctrine for every century. Tone anchor: the heavens are not a roof, they are a goddess bending over every life. Hashtag Phase 2 Structure Outline. Act to duration, words, slides, purpose. Straight face. ACT 1 Cold open midnight to 040 103 reveal the sky as a divine body. ACT 2 Context 040 to 210 225 a sixth explain Nut, Geb, Shu, and cosmic order. ACT 3 Rising action 210 to 5 o'clock 425 11 follow the sun through Nut's body in the night journey. ACT 4 Turning point 5 to 7 o'clock 308 connect sky myth to death, coffins, tombs, protection. ACT 5 Consequences 7 to 9 o'clock 308 show why the image endured across Egyptian art. ACT 6 Reflection 9 to 10 o'clock 150 4 end with cosmic wonder, no CTA. Mid-roll beats, end of Act 3, after the sun disappears into Nut's body. End of Act 5, after tomb ceilings become private skies. Hashtag Phase 3 Draft, full narration plus slide cues. Hashtag Act 1 Cold open. Slide 01 and 16:9 Painterly fantasy, desert horizon at blue dusk, a vast female silhouette made of stars bending over the Nile Valley. The ancient Egyptians looked upward and did not see emptiness. They saw a body. A goddess. Her name was Nut, and her curved back was the night sky. Slide 02 16:9 Painterly fantasy, golden sun sinking toward the mouth of a starry goddess at the western horizon. Every evening, the sun did not simply set. It entered her. The red disk passed into the western edge of her divine form, beginning a hidden journey through darkness. Slide 03 16:9 Painterly fantasy, dawn in ivory and gold, newborn sun rising from beneath a celestial goddess. Every dawn, Nut gave birth again. Daylight was not routine. It was resurrection, repeated so faithfully that the world learned to trust it. Hashtag Act 2 Context. Slide 04 16:9 Painterly fantasy, Nut arched above, Geb reclining as green earth below, Shu standing between them as luminous air. In Egyptian cosmology, Nut is the sky, Geb is the earth, and Shu is the air that holds them apart. Their separation creates the world people can inhabit. Slide 05 16:9 Painterly fantasy, ancient temple relief style, star-covered goddess stretching from east to west. Nut is often shown with hands and feet touching the horizons. Her elongated body spans everything visible, from sunrise to sunset, from burial ground to riverbank. Slide 06 16:9 Painterly fantasy, priests beneath a painted ceiling of blue stars, oil lamps glowing. This was not just decoration. In tombs and temples, the starry ceiling made sacred architecture echo the sky itself, placing human ritual under Nut's protection. Slide 07 16:9 Painterly fantasy, raw solar bark approaching the body of Nut, gold against deep blue. The sun god Ra moves through this cosmic order. His daily course is both celestial event and sacred drama, a voyage that confirms creation has not collapsed. Slide 0816:9 Painterly Fantasy, river fields at evening, people watching the sun with awe. For farmers beside the Nile, the sky governed light, heat, time, seasons, and hope. Nut gave those forces a face and a form. Slide 0916:9 Painterly Fantasy, close detail of Nut's star-painted skin, constellations glowing like jewels. Her body is covered with stars because night itself belongs to her. The darkness is not only absence. It is a living canopy. Act 3 Rising Action. Slide 10:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, the solar disk reaches Nut's mouth at the western mountain. At sunset, Myth imagines Ra entering Nut's mouth. The sky goddess receives him, and what humans call night begins inside a divine body. Slide 11:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, interior cosmic tunnel filled with stars, a golden boat moving through blue darkness. The sun travels through the hidden regions of night. Egyptian texts describe underworld journeys in many ways, but the pattern remains: danger, passage, renewal. Slide 12:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, serpent shadows and gates of night around a radiant solar bark. Darkness is never effortless. The sun must pass hostile powers, gates, waters, and thresholds. Morning is victory because the journey could be imagined as perilous. Slide 13:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, Nut's belly filled with constellations and river-like bands of light. Nut contains the stars, the sun, and the promise that light can disappear without being destroyed. Her body is a map of trust. Slide 14:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, Shu lifting the starry arch while Geb stretches below in green and brown. Below her, Geb remains the earth, fertile and waiting. Between them stands Shu, the breath-like space where birds fly and humans live. Slide 15:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, Egyptian craftsman painting a coffin lid with the blue body of Nut. Because Nut receives and releases the sun, she becomes important to the dead. A coffin can become a horizon. A tomb can become the night sky. Slide 16:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, mummy beneath a painted goddess whose wings and body shelter the coffin. The deceased person hopes to be protected by Nut as the sun is protected, hidden through darkness, then brought into a new form of existence. Slide 17:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, close-up of hieroglyphic-inspired stars, no readable text, gold paint on blue ceiling. Across centuries, artists repeated her image because it held enormous theological power in one shape: the sky bends down to guard you. Slide 18:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, night over the Nile, temples reflected in water, Nut spanning all. Imagine the emotional force of that belief. Above every field, boat, palace, and grave, the same goddess curves over the world. Slide 19:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, western horizon swallowing the last red sun, silence, and deep blue. At the midpoint of the story, the sun has vanished. To the eye, it is gone. To the myth, it has entered the mother of heaven. Slide 20:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, vast cosmic pause inside Nut, golden spark traveling through darkness. This is the first great beat: disappearance is not defeat. The unseen journey has begun. Act 4 Turning Point. Slide 21:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, tomb chamber ceiling painted as a starry vault above a sarcophagus. The turning point comes when the myth leaves the open sky and enters the tomb. Nut is not only for the living who watch sunrise. Slide 22:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, goddess figure on coffin interior, arms extended protectively. On coffins, Nut may appear as a protective mother, stretching over the dead. The person inside is placed beneath a private heaven. Slide 23:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, soul-like BA bird rising toward a luminous starry goddess. Egyptian afterlife beliefs are complex, but one hope is clear: the dead desire continuity, movement, and renewed life, not simple erasure. Slide 24:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, star path running from coffin to dawn horizon. Nut's solar cycle makes that hope visible. If the sun can enter darkness and return, then burial can be imagined as passage rather than final silence. Slide 25:16:9 Painterly Fantasy, Ra's bark approaching dawn gates inside a cosmic body. The eastern horizon waits like a birth.